All right, folks, little surprise for you today. This is a Ford Lightning Lariat Edition. This starts at $67,000 or $77,000 for the larger battery. I'm not sure what battery it is. I don't have the sticker or anything for the car, but I'm going to show you the build quality between this and a Model X that's sitting over there. The Model X over there costs, I think, $130,000, and there's some issues on it. So we're going to walk through the build quality of this. First of all, when you sit in it, the seats are so comfortable and there's so much space in here. I mean, just like any F-150, very comfortable. So we'll go through the startup screen here so you can take a look at what that looks like. Put your foot on the brake. Hit start. Boom, built Ford Tough, 101 miles of range. Vehicle's on, okay. The frunk is ajar. And there you go. So that's kind of a look at what the screen looks like. And then you have this big infotainment system here. Now, I'm not really a fan of this look from Ford. I feel like Ford in particular tried to copy Tesla and just having a big tablet. And I just don't think that's necessary. I think if you just had a normal display, but the car is electric, I think that's totally fine. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but the space in this is incredible. So let's now walk around the car to look at some of the materials. You'll notice this running board down here. Really convenient. When I go ahead and lock the car, or close the door actually, and then that goes back up. So that's a really clean feature. The silver is beautiful. Take a look around back. Again, you have the Lightning insignia there. The bed of the car is massive, and then you can see there's a bunch of outlets right over there on the left side of the car. So this is a $67,000 to $77,000 car. That's if they don't mark it up. I'm sure this was sold marked up. So now the build quality on this thing, it's great. Like there's nothing on it that you can look and say, oh, that's kind of out of line. All the lines are consistent and tight around the entire car. This is an interesting material here. Normally this is like a mesh. It is in the Mustang Mach-E. So this is kind of like rubber. This is leather of some sort, and then you have these massive pockets and a nice Bang & Olufsen sound system here. And again, the seats are so comfortable. There's so much space in this thing. That's really nice. Let's take a look at the rear space. Wow. Yeah, this is really spacious, and the comfort of the seats, I can't say enough about this. Now, this is not like an expensive BMW or Mercedes leather. It still feels like a Ford quality. And for $67,000, the top end of this gets up close to $90,000, plus with the markups that dealerships have. I don't know, there's trade-offs for everything, but these are durable and very comfortable seats. So now let's look at the build quality of a Model X Plaid that's over here.
That might scare you.
Yeah. So the first thing I noticed when I walked over, I mean, this was right away, is look at this. Look at this edge right here on the wheel well of all places. And you're like, okay, well, maybe it's not like that on the other side. It's the exact same on the other side. So it is symmetrical, which is hilarious, but it's just out of spec for some reason. I mean, you can even see, this line right here. And the other thing about this is talked about constantly, like, oh, the build quality, oh, this or that. The way I look at my Tesla is it's a utility vehicle. It's much cheaper for me to operate that. With that said, when I bought my Tesla, the cost was $48,990. Now the Model Y starts at about $65,000. This is a $130,000 car, and they can't get this stuff lined up, whereas the competition, everything's perfect, even on a Ford Lightning, F-150 Lightning. So I don't know. The trade-off is you have an incredible charging network. You can take this anywhere. This, you're not necessarily restricted, but it's not as intuitive as Tesla, where you just type in your destination and you head there and you'll hit the chargers on the way there. It's very simple. With the Ford, you're running around and you have to put your credit card. It's Electrify America. Does the charger work? Are there enough? This is just so much more advanced, and that's why for me, Tesla has the upper hand. But the build quality here is insane. And also, look at this space. And this is an AC 120 volt. I mean, look at all these charging ports here. Just extremely useful and well thought out. Ford's done a nice job. Ford's done a nice job with both the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150, and they beat Tesla to market by bringing a truck out. The other thing you'll notice about this F-150 is it doesn't have a polarizing look to it. The Cybertruck, look, they have 200,000 pre-orders for it. So they're gonna sell them. You have to wonder, when you look at Rivian and when you look at the Ford F-150, did they have to make something so polarizing? Either way, they're going to sell a bunch of them. The question is, when is it gonna be here? If I were to guess when the Cybertruck comes, I would say it's 2025 because they've literally only built one so far. With the supply chain restrictions and then getting the tooling and machinery that's necessary to start a new production line, it's gonna take years. So I think it's coming, I just don't know when, and I can't believe Ford and Rivian beat them to market with that. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's kind of cool, this plaid badge. It's like a BMW M or a Mercedes AMG logo. I mean, I love the Model X. Let's take a look at the front seat of the car. And I mean, it's just beautiful. The perforated leather, and it has cooled seats. And then the yoke steering wheel, which a lot of people don't like. You'll also notice that the screen has that tilt to it. That's now a factory option. You can tilt the screen either way to get a better look at it depending on where you're at, which I think is really cool. Some other details here. Again, you have the carbon fiber trim on Plaid models. That's an option. You also have this mesh here, and it looks like a killer whale interior. But all right, so another build quality issue here. Tyler, obviously he's wrapping these all the time. They put body filler on a Model S Plaid, basically Bondo. That's just, what, they just sprayed it in there? Do you think
it looks like they just maybe dented in the corner and knocked this corner off right here, filled it, and then painted over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know.
It's a $140,000
yeah.
car.
Yeah, no,
And
it's unbelievable.
The fully spectrum.
Right, fully loaded, all the wheels, everything. Yeah, so I don't know. There's all kinds of issues with, well, not issues,
My
but
cheap 3 looks great.
right. But yes, Tyler got a Model 3 and it's in perfect condition. So hey, I don't know. The more you pay, the less put together they are. That's their motto. Putting a stealth wrap on it, as you can see here. So we're at dynamic tint. If you want to get your paint protection film, tint, anything like that, Tyler's where I've come to for years. And here's the thing: is he tucks all of the edges, and the work is incredible. That's why I've come here, and that's why. Tyler, how many Teslas do you think you've done at this point? Over 500? Over 500.
Because when Tesla first opened, this was the only delivery center.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we were doing a lot of them to start off with then, and then it's gone through the roof since,
Yeah.
especially with the Model Ys from you guys too.
Yeah. So he's done hundreds of Teslas at this point, and he's gotten very good at using single pieces of mesh like over the rear hatch of the Y.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Other states,
yeah.
they don't do it so
Yeah,
much.
they're like, yeah, other states. I've seen comments online where shops have said it's impossible to do it in one sheet. He has the skills to do that. The work is excellent here, and that's why, like, I've gone here for years. You're doing a full stealth on this?
Full stealth on that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we always finish Teslas. It's a new thing, especially if you mention Gjeebs.
Yeah.
But the T's, black them out. With the new plaids, so we just did an S.
Yeah.
Anything with the plaids, we're doing the gloss black T's to match, especially with the one up front.
Ah.
And then we're doing the matte black to match with the Y and the 3.
Oh, that's a smart thing. Yeah, so that's why I always tell you guys, if you're coming here, say, hey, I watch Gjeebs videos, and then he does a couple extra things for our viewers. Always worth mentioning. But yeah, no, that's smart. You do the metallic and matte to match the various parts of the car. I didn't know you did that. Oh, cool. That's really.
We did your rear one.
Yeah. Yeah, you painted the yeah, that's beautiful. I love how that looks. I just wanted to show you those differences between, the build quality of these two cars. I'm baffled as to why Tesla continues to have these issues, but again, everything's a trade-off. That the charging network in and of itself is worth a lot of money, and the fact that you have access to that exclusively is really nice. I think eventually they're going to open it up to other brands in the United States. And my opinion on that is I don't think Tesla should have to do that. They had the foresight to create an electric vehicle and build out a charging network so you could actually drive it. I don't know why other brands feel that they're entitled to that, because 10 years ago no one was making electric cars, or there were very few of them. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video. We'll see you next time.